What if the biggest obstacle in your life is you? Not the economy, not your childhood, not your toxic relationship or bad luck, but the invisible ways you sabotage your own growth every day. That's the bold, soul-piercing premise of The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, a book that doesn't offer comfort, but transformation. It asks you to face the hardest truth of all, that the patterns holding you back are often the ones you unconsciously created to protect yourself. But now those same patterns are keeping you stuck. And if you want to change your life, you first need to climb the mountain within. At its core, this book is about self-sabotage, what it is, why we do it, and how to stop. Wiest explains that self-sabotage isn't a personality flaw. It's a signal. It's your mind trying to protect you based on old data. When you've been through pain, rejection, trauma, or neglect, your brain learns to survive by avoiding risk, even if that risk is something good. So you procrastinate, overthink, push people away, or stay in your comfort zone, not because you're weak, but because staying stuck feels safer than the unknown. Brianna Wiest introduces the idea that emotional wounds shape our behavior far more than logic. Even if you say you want love, success, or peace, you might unconsciously reject it because your nervous system associates safety with struggle. For example, if you grew up in chaos, calm might feel boring or untrustworthy. If you were told you weren't enough, you might keep chasing validation or sabotage relationships where you're treated well. The mountain, then, is not out there, it's within. The mountain is every belief that says, "I'm not worthy," every habit that numbs your emotions, every pattern that pulls you back just when you're about to break through. Climbing that mountain means choosing to feel pain rather than avoid it, to grow rather than hide, and to heal rather than remain stuck in cycles of suffering. Wiest argues that healing isn't about going back and fixing the past. It's about becoming strong enough to live without those old defenses. One of the most powerful messages in the book is this: your life operates on your beliefs, not your potential. You could be brilliant, talented, and destined for greatness. But if you believe you're unworthy, you'll live like you are. That's why healing starts by rewriting the subconscious scripts running in the background. Wiest says we must become aware of the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what we deserve, and what's possible, and then choose better on. She also discusses emotional intelligence as the foundation of personal transformation. Most people think healing is about gaining control, but it's actually about releasing control. Letting yourself feel fully, face truth honestly, and respond to life instead of reacting from wounds. When you avoid discomfort, you prolong your suffering. But when you feel your feelings without judgment, they move through you like weather, rather than becoming storms you live in. Another key concept Wiest introduces is emotional addiction. Many people are unknowingly addicted to emotions like stress, sadness, anger, or anxiety because those feelings are familiar. We recreate situations that trigger them just to feel normal. This is why people repeat toxic relationships, sabotage opportunities, or stay in jobs they hate. Healing, she says, often feels uncomfortable, not because something is wrong, but because peace is foreign. Wiest emphasizes the importance of inner boundaries, learning to protect your energy, say no, and stop betraying yourself for approval. She encourages radical self-responsibility. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop blaming others for where you are. Start asking better questions. What am I avoiding? What am I gaining by staying stuck? What would I do if I actually believed I was enough. The book also speaks deeply about identity. That real change happens when you stop identifying with your pain. You are not your trauma. You are not your fear. You are not your past. You are the person deciding what happens next. The mountain you climb reveals a new identity, not based on wounds, but on wisdom. One of the most beautiful ideas in the book is that the universe will keep repeating lessons until you're ready to heal them. If you don't face your mountain, you'll find it in every relationship, every failure, every delay. But if you climb it, everything changes. New doors open, health improves, relationships deepen, life softens. And it's not because the world changed, it's because you did. Wiest also redefines self-love. It's not about candles and bubble baths. It's about discipline, about letting go of what you want right now for what you need long-term. It's choosing to go to therapy, to wake up early, to leave toxic people, to do the boring work of building a solid life, to honor your boundaries, to stop numbing. That's love. Showing up for yourself, even when it's hard. As the book nears its end, Brianna Wiest delivers her final and most powerful message. You were never broken. You were just building strength. Everything you've been through, every breakdown, every moment of self-doubt, it was preparing you. It was your soul saying, there's more in you. The mountain isn't punishment, it's purpose. It's not there to crush you, but to call you higher. So climb it. Face yourself. Trust the process. Because when you reach the top, you'll see that the mountain wasn't in your way. It was the way. And the person waiting on the other side, that's the real you. Healed, free, and finally whole.